Okay, we're recording. Hi everyone, I'm Emily. I'm a program specialist for Northampton County. I'm one of the co-leads for the Lehigh Valley Regional Collaborative. Here we also have Danielle from Lehigh, if you want to say hi.
Hi, I'm Danielle Staley from Lehigh County. I'm also a program specialist here.
And today we're going to talk about assistive technology. We have Fatima from the Lehigh Valley Center for Independent Living who will be discussing, options for our population. So the floor is yours.
Wonderful. I'm just adding my pronouns here and LVCIL. I realized I had to change my name. There we go. Yes, my name is Fatima Nabavian. Happy to be here tonight. Thank you for having me. I am here to talk about Pennsylvania's assistive technology programs with our partnerships through TechOwl and Pennsylvania Assistive Technology Foundation. We have tools and technology for people with all types of disabilities. So you'll see TechOwl's emblem here. Many of you know that the owl represents Temple University. So it is a program that operates through the Institute on Disabilities at Temple University. And we have PATF with their awesome assistive technology logo. Our objectives for tonight for our learning about assistive technology are to define assistive technology. We would love for you to walk away from this knowing how to access assistive technology and knowing how to acquire assistive technology and the differences between those two terms. And to be able to describe why assistive technology and assistive technology programs are important to all of us. I did get to introduce myself briefly. My name is Fatima Nabavian. I am the Waiver and Accessibility Program Manager here at LVCIL. I am overseeing all of our assistive technology programs and services as well as part of our accessibility work. I go by, my pronouns are she, her. I am a female. I'm in my late 30s. My hair tonight is parted and it's back in a bun, and I'm wearing a necklace and a blouse here, dressed up a little bit for this evening event today. Just to give you a little bit of a background about LVCIL before we get into our partnerships with TechOwl and PATF, we were founded in 1990. Centers for Independent Living were born of the independent living movement and the Americans with Disabilities Act, and that was signed by George Bush Sr. in 1990. We are one of 17 CILs, Centers for Independent Living in Pennsylvania. All Centers for Independent Living have 5 core services. Everything begins with information and referral, and that can be done through a phone call or an email to anyone who works at LVCIL. And that's how you'll get started. You can become a consumer of ours and benefit from our 4 other core services, in addition to all of the additional services that we have. And you might also just benefit from our referral services. And if we don't have a program or service that can benefit you, we might refer you to one of our community partners. We also have independent living skills for our consumers. That can, range from, cooking classes to helping a person learn how to budget, find housing for themselves and become more independent in all of those areas. We have peer support sessions here. We have both virtual and in-person opportunities. We also have a variety of transition-related services for all phases of life. We actually just started a community inclusions, what we call the Community Inclusion for Young Adults program, which is helping parents who and families and children with disabilities navigate, going from early intervention into school age and through 14 years of age, and everything that is entailed with the ISP process, the individual support plan process, and different helping them make community connections. There's peer support groups involved in that as well for parents. We have, in addition to transition services, and as part of our transition services, we do have transition and employment services, which are a large part of what our staff is doing here. So we do have some job coaching services. We have some groups for young adults to be able to transition smoothly from school to life. We have also, in addition to transition services, then we have, I'm always missing one, and today it's advocacy as our last service that we provide. We provide both individual advocacy support and systems advocacy. So we're working with area partners and legislators often to make sure that the disability voice is heard. All CILs are also tasked with additional services that directly are planned around the needs of the community that we serve. So that brings us to tonight's presentation. Assistive technology is a need in our area. TechOwl offers, and Pennsylvania Assistive Technology Foundation offers assistive technology programs throughout the state, but a regional center is needed to be able to serve individuals at a more intimate level and to be able to provide those one-on-one support services that have to do with assistive technology. So that's why we have regional centers, and that's why LVCIL acts as a regional center for the 7 counties in this area. And that's just a part of what CILs do. We partner with other organizations such as TechOwl and PATF. I want you to know that throughout this presentation, if anything comes up, Emily, Danielle, if you want to interrupt me, if there's any questions in the chat or anything like that, I'm willing and able to take some time to answer those questions. So now that we have a brief history of LVCIL, I do want to just give you a little bit of a background on what TechOwl is all about. So TechOwl stands for Technology for Our Whole Lives. Assistive technology is something that can benefit most individuals throughout their lives, and sometimes we're using assistive technology and we don't even know it. TechOwl is formerly known as PAT, Pennsylvania's Initiative on Assistive Technology. So some folks are still familiar, more familiar with that term, which is why we like to bring that up and make sure that people know that PAT changed to TechOwl. Once again, it's a program at the Institute on Disabilities at Temple University. And then regional centers are also tasked to work with that main office at Temple to be able to provide the services. TechOwl is funded by Pennsylvania's Assistive Technology Act program. It's money that comes from the Federal Assistive Technology Act into Pennsylvania. And it implements all assistive technology programs for Pennsylvanians with disabilities and older Pennsylvanians with assistive technology needs, in addition to the work that PATF is doing as well. I know there's a lot of acronyms, so I'll try my best not to use them. So once again, Pennsylvania Assistive Technology Foundation, we use the term PATF to refer to it. So, but back to TechOwl. TechOwl's regional centers are listed here in this really awesome map. This can be found online if you do a search for TechOwl and TechOwl's regional centers. TechOwl is comprised of 8 regional centers, and there's an additional center at the main office at TechOwl, which serves the counties surrounding it. Regional services are also tasked with interacting with one another for many of the programs and services. So if there's something that we don't have or aren't able to accomplish in, at our office, we might, reach out to those other regional centers and find out if they can support. And we'll talk a little bit more about that when I get to all of the specific programs and services. your representative at your regional center, and in this case, LVCIL, and that's me, or Ashley Petit is also working in the program. If any of you have worked with TechOwl, you might be familiar with her name. We are tasked with assisting you in understanding your assistive technology options, so helping you learn about assistive technology. We're tasked with providing you the forms and applications, as well as instructions for those. And we will help you submit your completed application to the program manager, and that's me if needed. Sorry, that's me, and there's a program manager at the main office. So we also connect with, for specific programs, Laura Gracia for Free Special Phones program, and Camp Hill, that regional center operates the statewide lending library. So we'll be in touch with all of the other program managers as needed as well. Assistive technology is comprised of both the devices that are considered assistive technology and the services surrounding those devices that are required for an individual to really benefit from the use of the assistive technology. It's any item, piece of equipment, or product system, whether acquired, commercially modified, or customized, that is used to increase, maintain, or improve the functional capacities of individuals with disabilities. It's also any of the services. We consider assistive technology to be the services that directly assist the person with a disability or the person's family in the selection, acquisition, or use of an assistive technology device. So you can't have assistive technology without supports. And that's a very important point that we want everybody to understand, that, we don't just give the assistive technology to a person and just say, here you go, with no background, no learning, because that's ineffective, and it makes it so that the person is left even more confused and unable to access their environment than probably before that. So we want to make sure that we're considering the individual that we're working with, and getting them the supports that they need if they don't already have them. One more thing I wanted to mention about assistive technology before I talk about the projects and programs surrounding assistive technology is that it is a spectrum in so many directions. I mean, assistive technology ranges from low cost to very high cost, to low tech. Maybe there are some even no tech options for assistive technology that can be considered in many cases, as opposed to higher tech options. And I'll get into a little bit more of that when we get to our statewide lending library devices and equipment, and our Free Special Phones program as well. But yeah, it's important to just think of assistive technology as anything that supports an individual to access their environment. I like to give the example of just so basic, of using your hands to communicate. That is assistive technology. That's AAC. That's augmentative alternative communication. It's something that's helping me get my point across and communicate to the person who's listening so that they can better understand my needs and my wants. So once again, that's a no cost, low tech option for assistive technology. It could be something as easy as a visual. So now that, we've covered the definition for assistive technology, let's take a look at the projects and programs that exist with TechOwl's awesome work. We have Pennsylvania's Assistive Technology Lending Library. We also call it the statewide lending library. It's a service that loans assistive technology devices at no cost to hundreds, if not thousands, of people with disabilities in every Pennsylvania county. It's available to people of all ages and disabilities. There are devices ranging from assistive computer software to children's toys to reachers, and they can all be viewed and ordered on the website. And I'll provide some instructions for that as well. They're sent directly to the consumer, who can try them out in their home or workplace. It's really a try before you buy, opportunity. And it's important that people know about this program because, you know, if you get assistive technology without trying it out, you could be losing a lot of money, a lot of time and effort for something that's not going to work for you. We have the TDDP program. It stands for Telecommunications Device Distribution Program, also known as the Free Special Phones Program. This gives specialized equipment for free to eligible Pennsylvanians. There is an income requirement for this. It's one of the 2 programs listed here that does have an income requirement. It's for people who have disabilities which inhibit or keep them from having independent access to telephone services. It includes people who are deaf, hard of hearing, speech impaired, blind, or have visual problems. And also individuals who have physical disabilities or motor-related disabilities and intellectual disabilities. I'm also going to talk a little bit more about that in the upcoming slides. TechOwl also houses in Pennsylvania, for Pennsylvanians, a national effort to help individuals who are both deaf and blind, or who have both hearing and vision related disabilities, receive phone equipment that works for them. It's called I Can Connect. There is an income requirement for this program as well, whereas the income requirement for TDDP, the Free Special Phones Program, is 200% of the federal poverty limit. The income requirement is higher for this one. It's 400% of the federal poverty limit. And once again, it provides the equipment that's needed. For TDDP, there's also an exceptions request. If we don't have something that a person needs and they meet the income requirement, we can apply for an exception and help individuals get exactly what they need. TechOwl offers emergency preparedness resources and tools. They can be found on the website, and you can also, you know, either direct a question to your regional center or contact the main office directly via the website, or you can also call them. The AAC community, AAC stands for Augmentative Alternative Communication Device. So anybody who's using a communication device might want to check out TechOwl and all that they do for the community of people using these devices. It's an effort to really unite all individuals, and it's concerned with communication rights for Pennsylvanians with intellectual disability, autism, movement difficulties, and other disabilities that create complex communication needs. ACES it stands for Augmentative Communication and Empowerment Supports. It was developed in 1990 for people who use augmentative communication devices or computers that talk, and participants can spend time both on campus and at home for this program. There's opportunities to get together with other AAC users in the summer with families as well included in that. And it's just like a week-long program where individuals can, you know, practice communicating with one another and try out new devices as well as just make really great lifelong connections. There's a reused equipment exchange program through TechOwl, which operates at every single regional center. So LVCIL takes donations and provides free equipment to individuals who request it. There's no income requirement. If we have it, a person can take it if they need it. We do ask that the person who's going to be using the devices signs a release, and also we like to receive, you know, feedback about our program as well. So there's 2 papers that need to be signed by the individual using the equipment when they take a device. We require an appointment for pickup. Every regional center operates a little bit differently. Our team tries to send out an updated inventory list to our community partners to be able to spread the word on what's available each month or so. We also at TechOwl, this operates once again through the main office as opposed to like the reused equipment exchange program. Create Together is a 3D printer program that where TechOwl actually has the 3D printers and will print out different assistive technology equipment for individuals. If it can't be printed, there might be a solution that we can develop just by putting our heads together. There are so many different types of professionals working together with TechOwl. At the regional centers, at the main office, we have speech and language professionals, we have occupational therapists, individuals with different experience that come together, and will be creative in finding solutions that are affordable to individuals who need assistive technology. So before you think about the programs and services that TechOwl offers, it's important to consider the individual, consider the person, consider yourself. If you're a person with a disability who's tuning into this, or if you're a family member of a person with a disability, consider who you're helping, and think about what they need and want. Is there a learning objective? Are there barriers that exist that can be removed before you consider assistive technology solutions? Then also consider outside of the person, what are the environmental factors that come into play? Think about, how your environment impacts you. If you're an individual who is hoping to be able to access more things, more community places, and more interactions with others who might not have disabilities. What's working for you? What doesn't? What tools and supports should continue, and what should be considered for new options? And then once you have considered the person and really thought about all of those different variables that make a person who they are, now think about, the solution. What areas will the solution be found in? Is it moving and controlling that will allow access? Is it seeing, hearing, thinking, or communicating? Then think about the tasks that are desired. Is it, is the environment home living? Is it in the community? Is it about, this individual being a lifelong learner and needing access to the tools that are required of a learner? Is it in the workplace? Is it for health and safety, or social activities? And ultimately, once you consider all those things, most likely you'll be able to find a solution with the support of TechOwl. There is on the website, there are resources that you can access. We call them DOGS, devices offering great solutions. And there's a whole list and categories that you can search through to find solutions for assistive technology. And that's, a lot of what I've just spoken about is about, access and learning about assistive technology before the person is thinking about acquiring assistive technology with programs like the Reuse Equipment Exchange Program or this Free Special Phones program. So the Free Special Phones program, once again, has an income requirement. To be eligible, you have to be a Pennsylvania resident with a disability that makes it hard to use a regular phone. The individual who's applying for the service, the device must already have a telephone service or be able to offer proof of acquiring mobile service, and they must have the ability to learn and willingness to learn how to use the requested device. So we can provide a demonstration of the equipment that's offered in the program. If you can answer yes to all those questions, you are eligible. These are just some of the categories of disabilities that the phone might work for. Deafness, hearing loss, speech impairment, blindness and low vision, physical and intellectual disabilities. We offer both home phone equipment and mobile devices. We always have 2 Android options, Google Pixel and the Samsung Galaxy, as well as the iPhone. We often are recommending the iPhone for individuals who are blind or low vision, and the Android is great for individuals with hearing loss a lot of the time. But Android has really just improved upon the way that Google and the Android system work together. So, voice control has gotten a little bit better over the course of time since I've been in this program. So sometimes, people with vision related disabilities will request Androids, and we will demonstrate various options. We're tasked with that to make sure people are choosing what they want. just an idea of what we can work with, what we can work on with people when we're doing demonstrations. We can help individuals who are looking to have access because of, their limited ability to see. We help individuals learn about voiceover and screen readers on phones. We help people with free, finding free ways before we talk about, some, higher priced ways to access a phone. IRA is a free tool for individuals who would like support with looking around their environment. It taps into their camera and can help them get connected with a live person who can help them figure out where are they in their environment, if they need help just getting around their kitchen and figuring out where something that was misplaced is, IRA can be their eyes for them. That's just one example. We help people with learning how to use text to voice. And Seeing AI is another awesome free app that we're often directing people them learn to use. And that also has OCR, optical character recognition, so that it can read documents to them. It can read printed words on paper, mail. A lot of people are using it to read their environment now as well. It can recognize individual faces too. Oh man, it's raining hard. I just realized what's happening around me. We also have hearing, assistive technology. We help people figure out, compatibility, with their phones and listening devices and alarm accessories. We help people with texting apps, phone captioning, and or loudness controls, amplification on their smartphones and mobile devices, and just another, live caption option with Ava, and then video chat and FaceTime for individuals with hearing aids as well, so that they can access the captioning. Though there are, some of those options that you can pay for. We like about what accessibility features are built into their devices that they might even already have available to them. Just a few options, that we like to inform people about are asking Siri to complete tasks, the magnifier, color changes, text to speech known as voiceover, user customization, including touch sensitivity. We can help with that. Sound to text, visual alerts, live listen, AirPods to amplify sounds, just some examples, helping people with hearing related needs, reduce background noise. We can help individuals with that with the AirPods. And assistive access, which limits screen options. So an individual who's just starting to learn about smartphones is overwhelmed by, the interface. We can help them learn how to limit that and set it up to the individual's liking. Basically, there is an app for most everything on a lot of times when people think, oh no, I can't find anything that works for me, we'll help them find a solution. You can use an app for environmental controls, working with accessories, smart home accessories. We have readers, reminder apps, scheduling apps for executive functioning issues, seeing apps like the Seeing AI or the IRA. We can help with various magnifier options and also communication apps as well. Every communication app is just a little bit different. There's nuances to all of them. And so we help people find just what's right for them. How to apply, you can contact us. A lot of times the applications are available on the website. You can search the website, TechOwl.org. Just know that there is a wait time for the free special phone program, 6+ weeks. And we will help you also navigate if you don't have the natural support that you need. Or if you're able to do it on your own, you might just have one question through the process and you can just pick up your phone or email us and we'll answer your question. What you need is the proof of PA residency, proof of income, signed certificate of disability. If we need you to do a demonstration when you're selecting your phone, we can also sign for you, you know, if we know that you have a disability. You also need the application and the selection sheet to turn into TechOwl. You can send it directly to them. If you need support with that, you can send to us first and we'll get it to TechOwl. Next, I wanted to talk about the lending library, which is actually helping people access as opposed to acquire their own device. Access because the lending library allows people to borrow, but they can't keep the equipment. So you want to make sure people know that they have to return it at the end of their period. Loans are 5 weeks long. iPads are 9 weeks long. So that's the one device that can be borrowed for a little bit longer. All you have to do is create a login at techowlpa.org/borrow. Reserve your items using your TechOwl account. Check out the items online. An individual can borrow for themselves, families can help, natural supports, and service providers can also borrow for the individuals they're working with. The item is sent directly to you. Your regional center, that's us, will be in touch with you throughout your loan period. Device can also be returned via UPS. All you have to do is let us know and we'll schedule pickup for you. I'll answer any other questions that come up about that if anything comes up. And you can always just call us or email if you have questions. Devices for loan, just a few examples. All of our equipment that's offered through the Free Special Phones program that's not a mobile phone is available to borrow. We want people not only to get demonstrations of the free phone equipment, but also to be able to borrow for some time to make sure that it, you know, works over time, because it's hard to know just by getting a demonstration that the phone is going to work for you in your environment. We have lots of different devices anywhere, you know, on that. Speaking of spectrum, you know, that autism, just like, you know, disabilities in general are a spectrum, you know, the needs are a spectrum as well. Assistive technology is a spectrum. So, you know, individuals might be looking for a low cost or no cost option. That's where the 3D printer catalog comes into play. You could just ask for free devices from TechOwl. You know, something like, you know, something to help you with, you know, open your zipper or a door or, you know, a can opener. And you can also try out kits on the lending library website as well before you request through the 3D printer catalog. But you'll see the Zubits magnetic shoe closures that you do have to pay for if you want it for yourself after you borrow and it works for you. So once you make a decision, we'll also help you with funding. And I know I'm trying to get through some of this material a little bit faster because time is of the essence. We have different dining equipment for individuals to try out, and smart home technology. Anything that's not available on the website that you would like to try out, you can request that they add a new item to the library. We're always looking for new requests. We want to know what our Pennsylvania residents, you know, want to try out. And that's how we get great equipment in the library is with your requests. Just some more examples of smart home technology. We also have Alert Master, a notification system. You know, various notification systems are available, you know, to visually alert individuals for emergencies and to wake up, to receive telephone calls. We have, you know, just something as low tech as the adjustable touchscreen stylus. We have smart home equipment to connect to the Echo Show. We have auto shut off outlet for individuals who might forget to, you know, might have trouble, you know, remembering to turn off their stove and it becomes a safety issue. That's the iGuard stove shut off, but we also have just basic auto shut off outlet for individuals who forget to unplug, you know, those dangerous items. Amplified doorbells, just a real like wide sampling of what we have. So that's, you know, learning about devices and trialing them. The Create Together program allows people to go on TechOwl's website. You can find the Create Together when you go to resources, and you will find that you can just ask for these items and you can get them shipped to you for free. These are just examples of what's available. So, we have the key helper, which is a very popular item that's requested. The adaptive nail clipper holder, who doesn't need some support with clipping their nails, getting, a good grip on it. Various styluses to be able to access utensils, utensil supports, signature guide, reading guide, among many other items that are available. There's a cool device that helps people. It's just kind of a handle that comes with 3 prongs that you can hang bags on. It's like a grocery helper so that, anybody who needs help, support with bringing in multiple bags at a time could ask for that item. That's always a favorite. So that's it for TechOwl. That brings me to Pennsylvania Assistive Technology Foundation. I'm going to go through this rather quickly to leave some time for questions. Pennsylvania Assistive Technology Foundation provides funding assistance to individuals in Pennsylvania. It's a statewide nonprofit, just like TechOwl is, and it also receives some funding from the Federal Assistive Technology Act. Through the Federal Assistive Technology Act. The majority of the board and staff are individuals with disabilities or immediate family members. So once again, similar to LVCIL, having majority of the staff and board, people with disabilities or related to people with disabilities, it means that the programs are really catered to, and have been developed specifically for people with disabilities with the knowledge of those experiences, so that's really important. And we call that consumer control at LVCIL. It is a community development financial institution, a consumer lender. It is PA's alternative financing program. Every state has one. Pennsylvania's is known to be one of the best. It offers resources beyond Pennsylvania. So their resources can be utilized by anybody in our country who's looking to, learn about money management as it relates to disabilities. PATF helps people of all ages, does not discriminate, according to income levels, disabilities, health conditions, communities, or cultural backgrounds. These are the 3 primary focuses. Once again, information assistance, everything begins with that. I'll offer the phone number to call if you need some funding assistance for assistive technology. There's also financial loans offered. That's one of the major tasks of Pennsylvania Assistive Technology Foundation. And they're also offering financial education free resources to Pennsylvanians. There's a mini loan program available and a low interest loan program. So once a person seeks funding assistance, there's a full funding assistance guide. We'll direct people, and Pennsylvania Technology Foundation will direct people to, insurance, to waivers, to other ways of funding their assistive technology before considering the loan. A lot of times people are calling and they need something for their job. Well, potentially Office of Vocational Rehabilitation is in charge of covering that. Or if a person has the any of the waivers, they have a good amount of funding to be able to cover assistive technology over the course of several years. So we also inform people about those options. There's also grants and scholarships available out there, and Pennsylvania Assistive Technology Foundation's guide remains updated to be able to provide that information. So our goal is to get free, get these devices to people for free, help them figure out ways to get it for free, and then ultimately how to afford it if you can't get it for free. So the mini loan program is anywhere from $100,000 to $7,000 coverage, 0% interest, 0 fees, and they can get, the payments down to $20 per month, which would be the minimum payment. Then ultimately for, larger items or systems of devices like home modifications or accessible vehicles, there's a low interest loan program, which has never changed apparently since the beginning of the program, since it started up. And that's 3.75% interest, 0 fees once again. And there's just some more extensive details that I can share with individuals if they have any questions. Here are some examples of individuals who've benefited from the mini loan program and equipment that they were able to acquire. Smart home technologies, a lot of people are utilizing this loan opportunity for hearing aids. We know that hearing aids can be pretty expensive and aren't covered by insurance a lot of times, or weren't historically as well. And so this is an option, a great option. A lot of times people are we call it braiding funding, and there's an example coming up where people, might have some coverage from OVR, Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, but maybe there's some parts of the device or system that can't be covered, and therefore they're using the loan program for that. Stair lifts are another, very popular item when it comes to the loan program. Individuals are using these to get their communication devices when, there's a wait list or there's a long, time between, requesting and receiving. Some people can't wait, they want to get started. So here's an example of a child and parent who benefited from the loan program and were able to acquire their communication device. Who wants to wait to be able to communicate? So this was a great opportunity for Macy and Lindsay. Some examples of people who have benefited from the low interest loan program, more, higher priced items, accessible vehicle equipment, AAC devices can be, and all of the mobility equipment that goes along with utilizing that for individuals with cerebral palsy, MS, Parkinson's, muscular dystrophy, there's might be multiple parts to a system that are expensive. So it could get pretty, overwhelming. And PATF has helped individuals to find funding and then ultimately complement funding with a loan. You'll see home modifications here. On the lower right corner, that's a former colleague of mine who still consults with us for our accessibility site surveys that we do. He was able to receive that awesome piece of equipment that he needed for work. He needed to be able to access, construction sites and parks to be able to do our site surveys, to check for barrier removal and accessibility. So he was able to get that equipment because of the loan program, and also he's had his accessible vehicle because of really it was made possible by OVR as well. So he's utilized all of the different funding assistance that we often are talking about. Some of the funding assistance options. Here's another individual who was able to, receive all of the equipment that he needed for via the low interest loan for computer and music software that's needed to be able to access his music equipment. Alexa was able to braid funding, as I had mentioned. She had OVR pay for the ceiling mounting lift for that whole system and the installation of an electronic door opener on the front door. Her waiver paid for modifications to some of the floors and walls and 3 other doors, but didn't cover everything. So then she also was able to use a grant from the Cumberland County Housing and Redevelopment Authority to install the universal remote control home automation system. So this is an awesome, setup for her. She's able to, be able to access everything she needs in her home and get to work because of all of these different funding assistance options in the loan program. PATF also offers funding education, as I had said, through various programs. They offer, different tools for budgeting, saving, banking, credit, housing, employment, transition age checklist, adult decision making overall with their curriculum. And it's called Sense and Sensibility. And in addition to webinar series that they also host, and you can request to get on that list to be able to receive those webinar links. and updates that PATF offers. But yeah, Sense and Sensibility is a guide to money management. It's available in print, accessible PDF, also available in Spanish. And if you require another language, we can provide that as well upon request. StudyMoney.us is available as a website companion. There's also a family companion and an educator companion. So reach out, if you could benefit from these tools to help even a classroom of students learn about, money management, hey, reach out to us, reach out to PATF, and you can access these resources. They do go into depth about able and special needs trusts. A lot of people with disabilities don't know that they can save money because they think it'll make them ineligible for Social Security and whatnot. So we just recommend that people open up an account if needed to be able to save over time and for individuals with those assets. There are various information and activities that are helping people really get ready for adulthood transition through all of life's, transitions. And the Money Talks series, these links are available on PATF's website, patf.us/money talks. Here is a student and their instructor who were able to benefit from the curriculum that's offered through PATF. For the first time ever, Alicia had money left over at the end of the month. So imagine for people who really struggle with saving and budgeting, these tools have really supported so many. You can access this information and more at patf.us. I definitely recommend saving that number, 484-674-0506. I'm often sharing it out. They are extremely responsive. They have reps who speak Spanish for those individuals who are Spanish speaking, and just make every effort to connect with all the various communities in Pennsylvania. I've found that they're more than friendly, and they're just great partners for us. Here's TechOwl's information. You can text chat on their website. Here's my team's information. And I definitely recommend navigating through the website. And if you have any questions, reaching out to us. Ashley's information is on here. She's extension 1. We also have a general line currently that can be reached at 123. So 2 very easy extensions to remember, 123 or 111 to access your Assistive Technology Regional Center and Funding Assistance Coordinator for PATF. Thank you for your time. Does anybody have questions? Do moderators have questions?
I was gonna say, I had a quick question for like the lending library. Are families, would they be able to renew, or would they have to kind of like reapply or kind of go through that process? Like if there's like a wait list, or is it like a one-time thing situation?
For the lending library, anybody can borrow at any time.
Okay.
Once their loan period is over, they return their devices. If they've borrowed 3, they aren't allowed more until the device is returned to the library. Yeah, so 3 at a time, but otherwise you can try out as much as you want.
Okay, that makes sense because I love the library, so putting it together, I just want to know how the process is.
Wonderful. Yeah, and if there's a wait list, we're in touch. They are so great. Once again, it's at UCP Central in Camp Hill. That's the regional center who operates the statewide lending library. So they're also a regional center, but they just happen to have the library with them. They keep up with everything. If there's a long waiting list, they'll let us know, and we're in touch with the borrowers to try to find maybe other items that would work so that they don't have to wait so long. Or maybe people sometimes are willing to wait. If it's the device that they want to try out, they'll wait. It all depends.
I love that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Fatima, it's
Hi, Marilyn.
How are you?
I see you. Hi. Good. How are you doing?
know who I am, right? You remember
It sounds
me?
so familiar. Yes. and you
Well,
look
I
familiar.
participated in the lending library. You got me a bunch of stuff from
Awesome.
TechOwl, and I just wanted to share my experience. I mean, you were wonderful helping us. We were able to keep we did like 3 or 4 things. My daughter Amanda needed assistive technology, And also wanted to share a really nice story where we did reach out to the UCP in, where is it? Near Harrisburg or something? Is that where it is?
Camp Hill,
Camp Hill, right,
yes,
right.
Carlisle.
Right. And we were looking for an eye gaze device to borrow. And it just so turned out that they had someone donate one. And so rather than borrowing it, they gave it to us. So
awesome.
that's also an opportunity because they sometimes get people who donate their used stuff when they get a new one, and they re-gift it. You just have to sign off on it. So that's also something that's, you know, maybe if you contact them directly to find out what kind of things they have in inventory.
Absolutely.
But I just wanted to share that it, and the other thing I wanted to ask is I missed the beginning of this presentation. I see it's being recorded. Is it going to be available, Emily?
Yeah, we're gonna upload it on our YouTube. If you're
Okay.
on the like distribution list, we should probably have that updated probably end of this week, if not early next week.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Nice to finally meet you.
Yes, and thank you, Marilyn. That's
Any-
awesome. Yeah, and Camp Hill also has their reuse equipment is online. So most people looking for assistive technology equipment for free or donations will actually access their form online. And they're in touch with us if anybody from our area reaches out to them and they don't have equipment that they can offer. So we check our inventory. So we all work together.
That's awesome. Any questions for Fatima? I know it's a light crowd, but figure while she's here. No? Okay. Well, thanks again, Fatima, for, the information. It's been a wealth of knowledge. I learned a few things too. If you're comfortable, would you be willing to share your PowerPoint? You can email it to Miranda and I, and we can always include it with the link as well. So that way people have like access to like the links and stuff. If that's something you can do,
Absolutely.
we'll be happy to share.
Sounds good.
Danielle, I think you may need to stop the recording just in case.
Yep. Give me
Okay.
1 second. Yes. There we go.